What's good at your girl G Girl? Welcome to the Iccy Show. I got Kimberly Newsome that will be coming on any second, and this Iccy Show is for her. Did you get it on your side?
Got it, and I'm getting ready to accept it right now. It's coming.
It's a little slow. I know it's the technology. Let me see. All right, you should get it right now. Did it come on your on your?
Okay, I'm here. So now what do I have to do?
Accept it.
It's a little slow. I know it's the technology.
Does it give you an option to add? I see you on my live.
Right now.
Sorry, everyone. We're just trying to get her on here.
Did it come on Okay, I see you.
You don't see the invite on your page?
I see you on my live right now. Let me look. Sorry, everyone. We're just trying to get her on here.
What's going on, everyone? Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna have Kimberly Newsome on this Iccy Show. Yeah, do you see it, Kim? You want me to, you should see an add-on to you. Because it says I invited you, but you have to accept it.
Wow, let me look somewhere else.
This is all new to us.
Let's see. Not that.
Thank you, everyone that's tuning in. Sorry, we're trying to get this going. Trying to get Kimberly Newsome on here. Technical difficulty right now. It should be on your bottom. It should say, actually, check it. You're on here, so check in your messenger. See if it's on there.
Okay, let me check my messenger.
Oh, you're okay. So it's coming on here. Hold on. Let's do this. It's you. Okay, I see you. So I'm gonna have to do it like I did Dez's. Hold on. Let me set this up because this is a little bit different how I have it set up. So let me see. Hey, you know how this goes. Hold on, everyone. Bear with me. All right. Let me see. Bada bing. So I gotta set this like this. We gotta compromise what we can do. All right. Yep. So you're on. Welcome to the Iccy Show, everyone. I got Kimberly Newsome on the line right now. On the Iccy Show. Welcome to the Iccy Show, Queen.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. So, I see, I haven't seen you for a year when we did the movie filming for the gangster, and I've been seeing you do more movies and shows after that. So I know you're making a lot of noise out there in the movie industry.
Well, I'm trying. I'm definitely trying. All I can say is that I was very fortunate enough to be given the opportunity to come out to Boston and film with you all, and of course, Sonny and everybody, the whole gang, Victor, everybody. it's a good place for me, and I can definitely say it definitely played a role in helping boost my career. And yes, I'm getting a lot of opportunities here in Atlanta. Actually networking and making moves, just trying to make moves, trying to get to where I'm trying to go.
I understand that, definitely, Queen. I definitely. And I salute you because you did come all the way from Atlanta to Boston to film for the Don Hazel, the gangster movie. And that's very special because to film with someone that is making as much as noise as you're doing in the industry. And I really was proud to be with you on that scene in Boston when we were filming that day. It was hot as heck.
It was like as cold as it gets there. It definitely gets hot too.
Definitely. And thank God for Victor's sister, Mercedes,
Yes.
with those fans. Oh my gosh,
She was a lifesaver that day.
definitely, she definitely was. I salute her too, and Victor, and thank God Victor's doing better. Thank all the prayers. I mean, that was scary. I was really devastated about that news. I mean, I really was. And he's a great guy. You're a great woman, and I'm blessed that I got to work with you in Lifetime. You know, with a real actress in the movie. I really, really am blessed, and you make me go harder what I'm trying to do because I see how you're doing it. And I see you in John Walsh. I see you in Tyler Perry. I see you making noise out there.
I'm definitely trying, and it's all about networking. It's all about God putting the right people in your path. He's definitely done that for me. No matter who you meet, he's definitely put a lot of good people in my path. Good people that I can call family, which is my Boston family as well.
Facts.
And I'm just very grateful for all the opportunities that I've been afforded, and I'm happy that I can actually be a role model for some, because I definitely have role models that I follow. I definitely have mentors that I follow that have helped me along the way. And no matter how far you get in life, you should always be able to help somebody else climb up that ladder. And one thing that I can honestly say is I just want to give a shout out to everybody and just let everybody know that you're never too old to try to conquer your dreams. I raised 3 children and got them all in college before I decided that I would even, venture out on my dreams. But I can honestly say that this is one of the best things that I've ever done for myself. And sometimes we have to be a little selfish sometimes, because nobody else can make us happy but us. Okay?
Facts.
So you have to make yourself happy, and that's what it's all about, is pursuing something that you really want to do in life. And when you go to work every day doing something that you actually love, then it's not considered work.
Right. It's true. When's your next project coming out?
The only thing that I can say right now that has it doesn't actually have a positive date on it. Well, some of the like Fatal Attraction and Snapped, of course, those have air dates because we've already filmed those. I did get cast for ATL Homicide, but we haven't actually filmed that yet because filming was delayed because of COVID-19. Actually have a TV series. It's big. Gonna be working with quite a few individuals. I was cast in the series called Vice Grip. We're gonna be working on that this summer.
Fire.
And it's supposed to be something equivalent to like your Empire or like Power.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be a great series. Not sure if you know Jamal Woodard that played Biggie. He's going to be one of the main characters in that show. There's actually quite a few actors that are going to be big in that show, and the writer producer of that show is Ken Lewis, and we're looking for that to be really big. So I was very happy and ecstatic to be cast in that TV series. So I'm looking for great things from that. But still auditioning for big things. In this career, you have to put in a lot of work. You have to have thick skin because you're going to get a lot more no's than yeses. So, but when you do get that yes, it's a very important yes, and you feel very accomplished when you do get that yes. But I can definitely say that I'm moving to higher levels. I'm putting in more work. I'm getting more training. You're never too old to learn. You're never too old to educate yourself. And in this industry, you definitely have to keep up with what's going on. Like right now, I kind of have it set up. I got the lights and all that good stuff because things are changing in the industry because of COVID-19. We're doing a lot of self-tape auditions, and you have to have your own equipment so you can look your best and sound your best. So I have the lights, I have the tripod, I have all that good stuff, and these are all things that we have to sacrifice and invest in ourselves. So, a lot of people say, well, Kim, what about the money? Well, what about the money? The money will come. I haven't made a lot of money from this business yet, but it will come. The money that I make, I invest it back into myself because it's going to pay off in the end.
Especially in the road, we need to stay up with our clothing. We have to stay up with our looks, our hair, our nails, and that costs money too. So, I definitely understand that. I've made a little bit money in the acting, and not too much, but some I could say I did make money off of it, and it went right into clothing, sneakers, shoes, and it's like, dang, I don't have anything to prove, but I do have belongings that I had to get, and I'm grateful, I'm thankful, I wouldn't regret it at all. But I what I want to say? You got a sexy voice. And when you was singing, I didn't know you could sing like that until I was watching your lives. And you get it in. For real, for real. Someone needs to sign you on their label. Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you. I was told that a long time ago about my voice, even my phone voice. They were like, you would do wonders on a suicide hotline. You can talk somebody out of doing anything. And I was like, really? They were like, oh, it's very soothing. I was like, okay. But, I do like to sing. I've always loved to sing. It calms me. It does something for my spirit when I sing. So I love to do it. I just haven't done it in a while. I do it every now and then.
Well, don't give up because I'll keep it 100 with you. People don't like when I keep it real. Sorry, I'm getting adjusted a little here.
That's okay. We're at home, let's do what we can do.
One thing is that I was really shocked because I didn't know that you could sing. And you really have a beautiful voice. And you know what you should do? And I'm not just saying this at all. You should be do like a nursery rhyme or something in that category, because your voice is very soothing. And I know that with the music, because music is I love music, and when I'm angry, I'll go put some music on just to calm me down. So I salute you what you're doing, and I really think like I could see you on a kids program or a kids soundtrack on that matter, because your voice is so soothing and beautiful, and I know you could break your shell because at first, the first one I watched, I could tell you a little shy, and I'm like, damn, she don't need to be shy. She got a beautiful voice, and you know, being a manager in the music industry, and I don't know if you were more in the acting supposed to the music, but I'm not just saying this. You really should. In being in Atlanta, you have more opportunities out there in the music industry. So you really, you know, you got that talent voice, and I could see you. I would purchase one of your music. I definitely would. You got the voice, and you got to use it. You definitely got it. You got the looks, you got the voice, and you're an actress, and I salute you. I definitely do. You got all the categories.
Well, thank you so much, Jack. You know, that really means a lot to me, and just hearing you say that, these are things that I've definitely thought about in the past. It's on my list. I've been writing a book forever, but at least I started it. But
Congratulations.
I am definitely going to finish some of these things. But, you know, thank you so much for sharing that with me.
You're welcome.
That's just confirmed, you know, some things that I have been wanting to do. And, you know, that may be something that I will really, you know, consider doing here in the near future. Because that is an amazing, awesome idea. And thank you for
You're
sharing
welcome.
that with me. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Because I really didn't know you could sing. And then I'm like, wait a minute. And I was talking to Victor the other day. I'm like, did you know Kimberly could sing? And he's like, no, I didn't know that. And like, we didn't know because we thought you were just an actress that, you know, we had the opportunity of filming with you in the Don Hazel, the gangster movie. And I didn't know you have a really beautiful voice. And to have that talent as a female, like you can sing. Like I would like to, next time you come to Boston, I got a private studio, and I'm willing to bring you to my studio out there, and just to see, you know, maybe having a female next to you, like to encourage you. I don't know, like to loosen you up, but I know deep down inside you can sing. I bet you in church you be hitting those notes out there.
Oh, yeah.
And I knew it because I could hear it when you were singing. I'm like, I could hear you, and I could picture you. I was listening to like a baby album or a kid's nursery rhyme, something like that. I could hear your voice. That's what came to my mind. And I'm like, I got to tell her. I got to get her back on the Iccy Show, and I got to let her know she got a voice. And being in Atlanta, I'm going to tell everyone, you need to look up Kimberly Newsome. She's not just an actress. She got a voice that I could see you like in 2 years having your own album. Maybe even less.
We're going to receive all that, Jackie. We're receiving all that.
Yes, definitely. And I don't know if it's because you're a mom, and well, I'm a mom, but I can't sing. Like you really do have a beautiful voice. Some of the females that are out there, they can't. The notes you were hitting on your karaoke, and I was watching you. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Imagine if you did that every day. Every day, you would become a pro on that. I definitely see you.
Yeah, actually one of my choir directors made a comment to me. He was like, "Hey, if you go ahead and do like your vocal training, vocal ranges. If you go ahead and do your vocal practices every day, Kim, he said you're gonna see yourself get back to where you were. Because I used to, when singing in the choir and things like that, I used to be able to hit those higher notes. I was really singing, but because I'm no longer in the choir and because I have so much on my plate, and I don't use my voice like I used to use it, I can no longer hit those notes. But, you know, I think that once I start rehearsing daily, that I'll get back to where I was. But you know what, Jackie, you got my mind going now, girl.
Oh, man.
You know, I've heard things from other people. Yeah, they told me this, that, and the other. But now that you're here saying it to me, it's really got the brain just spinning. Things are in my head. And I gotta tell you, it was God given for me to be here talking with you today, because I really needed to hear. I really needed to hear that.
That's good. I'm glad I made a smile. I'm glad I, helped you, because I was shocked, and I really like. I mean, I got to hang out with you afterwards, after filming, back at the hotel, and you're a really, really nice woman, and I love it. I love your energy, and you're just so, like, mellow and calm and collected, but when you're coming out with all these different talents, like, I knew you as an actress. I didn't know that you could sing, and when you did that, I would never known you could sing. If you never did that live, the couple lives I watched, I would never know you could sing. And that's great talent, to be an actress and to sing. I mean, especially as a female, it's definitely hard for us women out there. And I really hope that you really take that time, and that I could tell you enjoyed it, because you were smiling and you were happy.
Oh, yeah.
And you were freestyling, like how you grabbed you had the mic, and I was like, and then you had the brush, and I was like, that's dope. That's really dope. For you to turn around and just grab ideas, like, how we just compromised, like how I thought you were coming on the other phone, and then the other phone, how we, boom, 2 seconds. It's just that's how we thrive if we really want something as the woman power we are. And I really hope you really consider taking some singing. And you don't even need to take singing lessons. Honestly, I think you just need a guidance of what song you're gonna do, and you just need to rehearse that. Put that song on, put the soundtrack, just play it and sing it, hear it, and then do it. You know what I'm saying? And you'll get the hang of that song. I don't see you taking to learn a song that long at all, because you can hit notes. I can't hit notes. I'll be a manager for the music industry, but I cannot hit those notes. You know what I'm saying? And I salute you for that, because you can hit those notes. And that's why I said, wow, I could hear her. When you were singing, I'm like, I could see her being on a children's movie soundtrack, or a soundtrack for nursery rhymes. Even like on Disney Channel, your voice is so soothing, but you can hit those notes, which is very important. And I salute you on that. You really, really should really consider what I'm saying. And I'm not just saying that because I know you, but I don't know you, like, I haven't known you for years. I just met you. And I'm thankful I got to meet you, because I see potential in you more than just the acting. I really do.
Thank you so much. Another thing that I'm considering and that I'm looking into is voiceover. So it's funny that you said, like Disney Channel, things like that, but I am thinking about the voiceover element of acting as well. So I'm definitely working on some things with voiceovers. So
that's dope.
I'm going to play an important role in this acting journey as well. But now, I'm telling you, I might have to go back and watch this again and take notes and be like, okay, I need to do this and I need to do this.
Yes, because you're beautiful. You're a really beautiful woman. And I seen you with different hair colors. I seen you with, everything. Oh, yeah. And it's good, because some people can only rock black, like, for their hair. Some only can. You can do blonde. Blonde, you look amazing. Like, I was like, whoa, like, hot mama. But you really, you have that talent, and I see you thriving for it. And like I said, I look up to you, and I go harder on things that I'm trying to accomplish. Like when you showed me that folder, you had to learn all those for the acting. Oh my God. I was like, oh shoot, I couldn't do all that. Like, you had to learn each one, and I'm like, oh wow, that's a lot of work. A lot. And that's hard.
A lot of people don't realize that behind the scenes, not only are you having to learn the lines, but you're having to analyze the script, because you got to know what type of emotions you have to have. You got to go over how you're going to say it, what type of facial expressions you want to have. And this is a lot involved, And then not only do you need to learn your lines, but you need to know your scene partner's lines, because you need to know when you got to say what you got to say. You got to know when you got to come in. So, a lot of people don't understand that. But this is something that God asked God for. This is something I wanted. He's making it happen for me. And I'm just really, really grateful. A lot of people have their own definition of success. Well, right now, I believe that I'm successful. I may not have made it to the top, but I'm definitely successful because I can call myself an actress because I've done the work, put in the work. I can call myself an actress.
Oh, yeah.
You can call yourself an actress because you are an actress.
Thank you.
Have actually set out to become an actress. You've been on film. You've done what you had to do. So you're an actress. So I can honestly say that I'm successful. Am I where I want to be? No, not yet. But I'm going to keep putting in the work until I get there.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, like, when some things you can't talk about, and I respect that because it's not out, the projects and things like that. But when I seen the things come out with Tyler Perry, I seen John Walsh, I'm like, wow. I was really proud of you because to meet you and then see you thrive, and I'm like, wow, I gotta thrive like her because she's really doing it. And when you show me those scripts that you had to do, I'm like, oh, I don't think I could do that. So I'll stick with the small movies and things like that. But I salute you. I mean, it's very hard, and like I said, that music thing, I'm telling you, I could see you on at a symphony, like a symphony, when they do like 4th of July's and they have people singing at the half shells. Yeah. I could see you, 100% see you on one of those. Definitely could see you. So I hope to see you at the Atlanta, Boston, singing. I know you've done some plays too.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've done some plays. I don't have any plays coming up anytime soon. Actually, I don't have any plays. I prefer film because with film, you can go ahead and knock that out right away. But with plays, they require more time. With plays, not only are you learning a lot of lines, but they require a lot of rehearsals. Not only with the full cast rehearsals, but you may have to rehearse one-on-one with some people for different scenes. So plays take up a lot of time and a lot of time that I don't have. So yeah. Because I still have my full-time job, which hopefully within the future that I will be able to resign from. But right now, where I see myself within the next year, I'm actually hoping that I will have the means and the opportunity, some great opportunities to where I'm able to actually resign. And I have a really good job too.
Yes.
But it's a job. It's not something that I love. It's something that I'm good at. Yes. And I just got a promotion,
Congrats.
I just got a promotion. But it's not something that I love. My heart is in the acting field, in the entertainment business. A lot of people didn't know that when I was growing up, that I wanted to be in the entertainment business. But, I mean, I was in choruses. I was in talent shows and pageants and all that stuff. And I really wasn't like a lead singer. I'm from a country town. I really wasn't like a lead singer. I would always sing background, and that was fine for me. I was cool singing background.
Yes.
But as an adult, when I started going back home, like singing in church and things like, people were like, "Is that you?"
Yes. Yes. Your voice is beautiful. See?
That's because I wasn't that person that needed to be in the forefront. I was okay with being in the background.
Right.
And so sometimes we need to be in the background so we can learn from the people that are in the forefront. You sit back and observe. You can either say that is how I want to be, or that is definitely how I don't want to be.
Facts. 100%, definitely. So, when did you start knowing that you wanted to go into acting?
I believe this or not, okay. I I am actually a veteran as well. Okay,
Oh,
so I
wow.
spent 7 years in the Army.
Oh, wow.
So a lot
I
of
would
people
never
don't
know
even
that.
know that. So right out of high school, I went into the Army. I wasn't ready to go to college. Of course, I am the first grandchild on both sides of my family, and everybody wanted me to go to college, but I did not. I wasn't ready to go to college at the time. So I decided to join the Army. And when I did join the Army in training, I had a good friend, this guy, and he and I used to talk about acting. We talked about acting at like 18, 19 years old. And actually, after training and all that was over, I probably hadn't seen this person in maybe 27, 28 years. I'm about to tell my age now. But,
Wow.
but I hadn't seen this person or heard from him in that long. And then one of my girlfriends, she just sent me a message and was like, well, when was the last time that you spoke to this person? I was like, oh my God, like 25, 30 years, you know. And she said, well, you should look him up. And so immediately I just sent him a friend request on Facebook, and immediately he sends me a message and asks me if he could call me. And he called me, and he was like, oh my God, I thought that we would never speak to each other again, da da da. He was like, well, tell me about yourself. And, you know, fast forward a little bit. He was like, you know I'm an actor, right? I was like, stop lying. I was like, there is no way. And he was like, no, for real, Google me. And I Googled him, and he was all over Google. And I was like, are you serious? And when I tell you he's an actor, he's an actor. So
salute.
This was somebody I knew in the military that I was really close with. And, you know, he started giving me pointers. And he was reminding me, hey, he was like, you remember when we were 18, 19 years old, we used to talk about becoming actors. He was like, why didn't you ever pursue that? And I said, well, you know what? I've been in a couple of plays at my church, and I really loved it. However, I had 3 small children at the time, and I couldn't see taking myself away from them. Mm-hmm. And their father was in the military as well, so they needed somebody at home. Yes. So I couldn't do that. I felt like I was gonna neglect them. So what I decided to do was, you know, get them all grown and in school. Then I decided to take acting classes and things like that, because my friend, he definitely mentored me. He was giving me tips on what I should do and things like that. So I owe him a lot. And so that is what started this entire thing. And not only that, my prayer life, it plays an important part, because I actually prayed first, and I said, you know, God, this is something that I really want to do, and I said, if you give me this opportunity, I promise that I will forever, you know, spread your word. And immediately the words came, and he said, if you put in the work, I got the rest. So that's definitely what has been happening in my life. I've been putting in the work, and opportunities have been happening. And so that's how Kimberly Newsome decided to start acting. I mean, I can't even tell you things that have like fallen into my lap. I'll give you a prime example. I was supposed to be an extra in a movie. And this is a big movie. We haven't finished filming it yet. We only did the trailer because now it's so big, and I think there's so much money involved and things are happening that a lot of times we don't understand as actors, but there's a lot that's going on in the background. Facts. And it will happen. It's just going to happen a little bit later. But when it does happen, it's going to be huge. But I was supposed to be background for this movie trailer. So the director just happened to be looking at the headshots and the resumes. And he calls me over and he goes, Kim, he said, I noticed that your resume says that you have military experience. And I say, I do. And he goes, he asked me, say, get the out of here, you know. It was mad at me like you really? Come on now. And his friends as well. They were like, like, this girl, nah. So, and then he was like, okay. He said, so it also says that you have weapons experience. I said, I do. And they started laughing at me. Like, I can't have weapons experience? What? You got to have a certain look.
Yeah.
I have weapons experience. And I said, I do. And he was like, well, so do you have your own weapon? I said, of course I do. And he said, well, what type of weapon do you have? I was like, I have a 9mm. And he said, well, when was the last time you fired it? I was like, well, a couple of weeks ago. I said, I go to the range. My kids, they go to the range,
Yes.
They have military parents. So, of course, we
Safety
we go to the range.
first.
And they were like, he was like, well, do you have it with you? I was like, yeah, I got it with me.
Yeah. I love it.
You would have thought that I had told the funniest joke in the world. But he goes on to ask me, he was like, well, Kim, can you disassemble your weapon? And I said, of course I can disassemble my weapon. And he was like, so can you disassemble it in 8 seconds? Ooh. And of course I have, these acrylic nails. So I'm like, look, I said, if you let me drop the pin first, if you let me cheat a little bit and drop the pin first, I can disassemble it in 6.
Ooh.
And I went and got my weapon. I cheated. I dropped the pin. And I said, okay, now go ahead and start it. And I disassembled that weapon in 6. So
fire.
They gave me a role based on what I could do. So you see what I'm saying? Where yes. I was supposed to be a background extra, here I am with a role now in the film. That's going to be a major film when we actually finish. But those are things that I'm saying you should never give up on your dreams. Yes. A lot of times you just need to be in place. You need to be in front of certain people. You need to put yourself in front of certain people. That is why, certain networking events, that is why it's important to market yourself on social media. A lot of those things. People wonder why we post so many things and this, that, and the other. Well, if you look at some of these major stars, they have people that do that for them.
Fact.
So if you don't have the means to have somebody do that for you, then you do it for yourself. A lot of people look at that as, oh, she's being cocky, this, that. No, I'm marketing myself.
Facts.
And so that is very important for somebody out there that's listening that may need to know that. So, those are just some of the things that I normally put out there for people. You've got to love what you do. You got to market yourself. You got to network, and you got to put yourself in front of people.
Definitely. It's true, because if someone's not thriving like you, they're going to hold you back if that's something you really want to proceed on doing. And I noticed that being around certain people, I want to keep on going with this act, and like I was supposed to be in Texas a couple weeks ago to be in a horror movie as a security officer, but they were going to pay me to fly me down to Texas to be in the movie just to be an actress as a security officer and get paid. That's awesome. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
awesome. And that would have just been really awesome to do.
Right.
And you just can't, if the opportunity is there, take advantage of the opportunities. This whole ride for me, this whole journey has been amazing, and I don't have any regrets about any of it. I've learned a lot. I've met a lot of people. And, I think I've done my time as far as my family. I've given them everything that I could possibly give them. And now they're supporting me in what I want to do. They're very proud of me. So I'm just enjoying the ride. I'm enjoying the ride. And nothing is holding me back at this time. Nothing.
That's
I'm
good.
not letting anything stop me.
That's good because we're only getting older, and it's like we see our kids growing up, and I see your kids there growing up, and they're in college now, and your son just got his new car. It's a good feeling as a mother because you see them succeed, and now we start thinking like we think we're going through a midlife crisis. Like I don't know how old you are. I'll be 42 in June, and I like last year I was like I'm going through a midlife crisis, but that's what I wanted to do is to proceed on acting in being an actress, and I really do, and I got some opportunities like crazy. As soon as this virus is gone, I'll be.
Oh, yeah.
I actually got an opportunity to come to Atlanta, Georgia. So, I'm blessed. I'm very, very blessed. And I'm thankful. I'm very thankful. And I don't want to stop it. My Iccy Showw is going to stop being on Comcast channel, which is a cable. Yes. So I'm blessed. They reached out to me, and it's going to be in 5 cities. It's going to be in Haverhill, Lawrence, Methuen, Andover, Plastown, New Hampshire, and one other. Methuen, Lawrence. It's like all the connecting towns. And all the Iccy shows I did prior, they're going to chop it up and make a commercial for, like, it's going to be a quick commercial for, like, every single one I did. So I'm proud because that's something I got to succeed in life, And like you said, I would never think I was going to be an actress. Never, ever, 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 ever. So I'm blessed also. And I never want to stop. I want to keep going as much as I can. And I'm telling you, your voice, incredible. Even on like because you did say you did the church choir. Even like on a gospel on a soundtrack, your voice is so. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Like it's peaceful and soothing. Like I'm telling you, you have a talent in your voice. I'm telling you. You really do. And I'm not just saying that because I know you. I keep it 100, and your voice is, you have a different voice. And I'm telling you, I want to hear it more.
When is your birthday in June?
June 19th.
Oh, see, mine is June 29th.
Ooh, that's why. Okay.
Mine is June 29th. This year I will be 48.
Wow. Woo!
48 years old.
You look good. I didn't even think you were that. I thought you like 41, 42. Wow, you look great.
I will be 48 this year. I feel better than I felt in my late 20s or early 30s. I feel better now than I did at that time. So I just made a lot of changes. I was even thinking about going back to school, but I don't know about. I mean, I would do acting school, but while we've been sitting here on this quarantine, it gives you a lot of time to think. And then I was like, well, maybe I should go back to school and get my PhD. And I was like,
yeah.
No.
Yes.
I was
yes.
like, Kim, do you actually need a PhD? Do you actually think that you're going to continue in your regular job for that long? No, I don't. So if I go back to school, it'll definitely be for something in the art, for the acting, film and acting. So
that's good.
I would like to learn about, by some of the behind the scenes, like the actual filming,
Yeah.
Because that may be something that I want to do later on. Who knows? I may want to produce my own stuff,
Yes, yes.
So I always think long term, long range. Okay, I give myself a short term, and then I give myself a long term goal. So it's just a lot. So.
And you got a husband that supports you, and that's a major what's the word I want to say? That helps a lot too.
It's good to have a support system. Of course, when I initially started this, of course, he was not supportive. Yes. Because it's a lot for someone to deal with. If you've been married for 20 plus years and all of a sudden your wife that's like, I can honestly say I was like a Betty Crocker wife, if there is one.
Yeah.
I was all that because I was an Army wife as well. So Army wives were expected to, volunteer for this and do that. And I was known in almost every community at every military installation that we were in because I was always the team mom. My kids played every sport, so I was always that person. And so when you've had somebody support your entire career and now you got to flip the script. Now, hey, I'm going to need your support. Now, I supported you for all these years. Well, they have to learn how to do that. And so it wasn't easy because he was not all in. He thought it was just a phase I was going through. He's like, well, she, this is just something she's going through. She's not, this is just something she's dabbling in. But I had to let him understand, hey, no, this is something that I really want to do, and I need you to support me like I have supported you for 24 years of military service.
Yes.
It is definitely something that he learned to do, so I'm grateful about that. But the children are all in. Children, they know all the sacrifices. They see it.
Yes, yes.
They definitely see it. But yeah, you definitely need a support system. You definitely need somebody to hold you accountable for certain things. And as I'm sitting here speaking to you, Jackie, I'm going to have you be that person that holds me accountable for some of these things that we talked about. I may not be able to do all of them, but I figure if I can, do some of them because there are definitely some things that I really would like to do. So I have friends that hold me accountable. Hey, Kim, you say you wanted to take that combat training for film class. When are you going to enroll in that? Have you enrolled in that yet? When is the next date coming?
Yes.
So you definitely need people like that in your life. Because if you don't, we can turn into people that procrastinate, like, I'll get it later. But, like Steve Harvey, one of his main sayings is, don't let your bad day be somebody else's good day.
Yes.
So you need to always be ready. You need to always try to look your best.
Yes.
So I try to keep that in mind because I always want to do my best as far as any type of job that I'm doing or any type of service that I'm doing. I try to go out there and give it my best. No matter what the film set is, whether I feel like it's a good one or a bad one, it's always something to be learned from it.
Yes. So. Hey, you're doing it. I mean, like I said, I just met you a year ago and I was blessed to meet you. And like I said, I couldn't believe you sang, and I'm like, dang, like I wish I knew you sang when you were here. I would have had you in the studio, because I feel like you just need the like I could see you a little rocky when you got on the mic, and I'm like, she just needs someone to guide her, and you'll pick that up. Like I could see you picking something up so quick in singing, and it's your voice. Your voice is soothing. Like you hit some pitches that were high, and I'm like, dang, like, and you kept the flow. You really, really, really got to use that. And I'm not just saying that. Like I said, you really got a talent in that. And being the actress, I'm telling you, even being in it, Taylor Perry, one of the shows, you could sing on there. You know what I mean? I could see you in the future.
I've been auditioning for a lot of his things. I haven't actually gotten chosen for any of his actual shows yet, but I do audition, and I figure if I continue to keep putting myself in front of his casting director, then I will definitely be able to get, and if I keep putting in the work, I figure I will definitely get in there sometime or another. I did go to one of his casting director's classes. She does have workshops. Raven Drummer, And so any opportunity that I have to put myself in front of somebody, I'm going to do it.
Yes. Because it's more work that shows on your, people don't understand that. They're like, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. But it's more on our resume than anything. It's not like us being selfish. That's part of the requirement in this industry. It really is. The more you have, the more it's better for us. So I salute
it
you.
definitely is. I know that I've had something else that has actually gotten postponed as far as filming, but this is the second season. I don't know if you were ever able to see last year's season 1, but it's called 100 Black Women Own the Conversation.
Oh, no.
And it's on the OWN network. And I did get chosen for that. They love to hear stories and hear about the challenges that Black women face, and whether it's society, on the job, family life, any health, any of those things. But the reason why they have the 100 women in the audience is because the 100 women in the audience will share their stories and share their point of view. So that will be on the OWN network. We haven't filmed it yet. We were supposed to film it at the end of March.
Oh, okay.
But filming is delayed. So I did get chosen for that because we send in our stories and they feel like our story is significant in some way. So that's a good thing. So
yeah, I definitely I'm like I said, I'm blessed to have been able to work with you in the acting in the movie that Don Hazel, the gangster, and you're a great actress, and I salute you, and I really hope to see you fulfill in the singing or use your voice in a soundtrack or something in a movie, even coming out with your own mixtape or your own album. I know it's about us now, and it's not us being selfish. It's just, we're getting older. We still look great, but, we have to, you're not promised tomorrow. And it's so sad you're not promised tomorrow. And like I said, that's something you really should look into is your voice. I mean, even being a mentor for a school, I could see you, using your voice as singing. I don't know. I never knew you could sing, and I'm amazed. And that's why I keep repeating it so much, because I was really shocked. I'm like, what? Like, I called Victor the next day because it was late, and I was like, yo, Victor, did you know Kimberly could sing? And he's like, no, what you talking about? I'm like, watch her live, and that explains everything for you. And I wish I known when you were here. Like I said, I would have had you in the studio. I would have had you recording. Like, you really got a talent. And I mean, don't stop for nobody, And it sucks because sometimes people's relationship goes the other way because they don't get the support that they're supposed to have.
Yeah.
But
that is so true.
And I mean, you got the support. Your kids are growing up. And now it's about you, and go full force, go 100%. You served your time in the military. You risked your life at that point in time, and you were young when you joined that, and now it's about you. Keep on fulfilling your dreams and what you want to do to make you happy, because you've done a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. And I was going to tell you something. Oh, and my daughter is still a college student at Northeastern, so it's not like I won't, make a couple of visits there. This will be her last year, of course. Well, she doesn't graduate until May of next year. So I'll definitely be back in the Boston area, and then definitely if anytime you come to Atlanta, just let me know. And if I don't have an engagement or something going on with film, even if I do, I'm sure that somewhere in between there we can meet somewhere. To hang out a bit.
Definitely. I'm definitely for it. Just to have a glass of wine or something.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Definitely. And do you have your clothing line yet?
No, I don't.
You should work on that.
I don't. Huh?
You should work on that. I can see you.
I don't have a clothing line. You know, all of these ideas do come because there are certain things that I would definitely like to work on, you know, once I really make it, once I get to the point where I want to be, you know, I know I do want like a cosmetic line. I do know that I want that.
That's nice.
I'm into a lot of eyeshadows and things like that. So, yeah, definitely. But as far as the clothing line is concerned, I've been doing a little bit of modeling here lately. I had a couple of photo shoots that were supposed to happen, but are delayed now. But those are going to be spectacular once we're able to do those because of the vision that the actual photographers have. They chose me to you know, to be their model because of the certain look that I have. They say I have a unique look. It's not because I'm supermodel size, but you know, beauty comes in all sizes. For me, even at my heaviest, I still thought that I was beautiful, you know, or I always tried to look my best.
Yes.
So I feel like, you know, someone that's curvy, as you would call it, full figured. I feel like someone that particular size is an average size for America. And we don't need our children or our young girls that everybody has to be supermodel size. That, you know, that's not the stigma we want to give them. We want to let them know that no matter what size you are, you can be beautiful. So
that's good. That's good because, you know, a lot of nowadays these kids, when we were growing up, it was totally different. We could leave the doors unlocked. We could leave the windows open. Now, I mean, gosh, you can't even leave anything unlocked or open, you know? And it's sad because when we were growing up, I feel like there was more kids that were chunkier at the time. And now it's like everything about skinny jeans, skinny. It's like, come on, that's making the kids say, oh, I gotta lose weight, I'm too fat. And it's no, that's not how it's supposed to be. We're all different sizes. No one's gonna be perfect. Even the skinniest person is not perfect. I'm sorry to say, and I'm not hating or anything like that. It's reality. And it's sad. And that's, you know, I'm chunky, and I'm proud of being chunky because, you know, it's how you present yourself. Yes. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Definitely. And we just could keep going harder, and we're role models for these kids. And you know, when I'm out in Boston, you know, some of these females, I talk to them and I try to be a mentor to them because their vision is totally different. And being an actress, they're thinking, you know, it's all high maintenance and this. No, it's how you present yourself, how you can do the role, how you can do it. It's not about, oh, that person's better, this person's better. No, we're all equally, and it's who's thriving harder to go for that position. And if you're only doing it part-time, today you want to do it, tomorrow you don't want to do it. Today you want to do it, tomorrow. No. It's all the time. And everyone needs to be treated equally too in the movie industry or anything we do. And you know, I'm around a lot of different ethnics, and I'm white, and I get a lot of hate on that. And it's like, it's not supposed to be like that. We're supposed to be all equal. That's how I was always known for, you know. So
let me just weigh in on that, because let me tell you something. Just like if you were having a business meeting, see, people got to look at this as a business as well. Okay, just like if you were having a business meeting, you were having a meeting of the mind. Everybody's sitting at your executive table. You would want to have each ethnicity sitting at your table, because you're going to want to know what they're thinking. What is your idea? What can we do for your community? How can I sell this to your community? The meeting of the minds. You're going to want to have a diverse cast.
right.
You're going to want to have a diverse meeting of the minds, because you want to reach as many people as possible. When I do a film, I don't want to do it just for black people. When I do a film, I don't want to do it just for white people. I want everybody to want to be able to come out and see what I'm doing.
Facts.
Okay, so diversity is a big deal nowadays. Our country is such a huge melting pot, and I think that everybody has something to bring to the table, no matter what your race is. And so I'm glad you brought that point up, because a lot of people think that way. I'm like, why? Why would you just want to have just a black movie?
Right.
I mean, okay, so now you're limiting yourself.
Right.
Why do you want to limit yourself? Don't do that.
Right. It's true.
Look, I'm trying to be the best actress that I can be, and if I don't care what color they are. If it's something that I need to learn from someone, or I need to network with someone, they are people just like me, and a lot of collaborations are great collaborations because we learn a lot from each other. So.
It's true. It's true. Like I said, I started doing the show, the Iccy Showw, and then when Don Hazel contacted me about being in this movie, I was like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've been watching you," and I was like, "Okay." And then when I found out you were coming, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta try my best." And I was like, I didn't think I was gonna film that day. When I heard I was filming, I was like, "Oh man, I gotta give him my best." So, but I thank you for that, because that made me go harder, So I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate you. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to, or any other projects you want to bring up?
No projects to bring up, but I just want to give a shout out to my family and friends for always supporting me. Want to give a shout out to some of the directors and producers who helped mentor me and helped start me on my way. Acting coaches that I've had, and my acting coach now is actually Carl Kennedy. He's my acting coach. He has been within the last couple of months, and he is one of the main reasons why I've been getting some of these huge opportunities, is because he's brought me up to another level. And once you start seeing yourself grow, I mean, when I see myself grow, I'm like, you know what? It was all worth it.
Yes.
So I see better and better opportunities coming. And so Carl Kennedy, if you don't know him, he was the cop on The Have and Have Not. But he's been on a lot of stuff. He's been in commercials like Aflac and the Fox Theater. He's done a lot of things, and he's very good. He brings out. He helps me to bring out the best in the character that I can bring out. He's making me better.
That's great.
So I just want to thank him for that. And that's it. I mean, I thank God for all the amazing opportunities and the grace and mercy is shown upon me. And I just thank God for all the people that he's put in my path and that I've met along the way.
That's good. That's really good. Definitely. Like you were saying about the makeup, you see yourself maybe coming out with your makeup line. Are you looking for like endorsers on that, or what would make you help you get your makeup out there?
Well, first I have some more research to do on that. As far as trying to come up with a business plan, and I have a lot to research on that. So I really don't know how to answer that right now.
Okay.
But that is something that I am looking forward to doing. I'm also writing a book right now. And because I've had a little bit of free time on my hands here lately, I've been able to work on that. I'm hoping to be done with it, published and everything by the end of the year.
Oh, nice.
It's going to be called Stripes Without Stars, and it is about military life. It will be fiction. Even though there are going to be a lot of true stories in there, I am going to put it as fiction because and the names will be changed because I don't want people to have the real names of certain things that happen, because it's not one of your cookie cutter books. It's a book about facts and real life challenges that military families have. People
Yes.
think that military families are, just perfect. They have a perfect life. Their soldier goes off the war, they come back, oh, we're happy to see them. No, there are so many challenges that the family faces as a whole. The children, the spouse, everybody has certain challenges that they deal with in military life. So, that's what my book is going to be about. And hopefully I can get that, out in some stores by the end of the year.
That's dope. I salute you. I hope that comes out. I hope everything comes out, and I can't wait to read that. I definitely would love to read that. I've known some military friends, and when I was growing up in school, and they move a lot, and that sucks.
Yes.
It really does.
My daughter at age 14 had moved 7 times. When she was 14, she had moved 7 times.
See, and that's half of her life. That's half of her life.
Right. Absolutely.
So that's hard, even being like Secret Service families and things like that, they move a lot, and people don't realize that these kids move a lot, and they just want a home base. I salute you. I can't wait to read that book when it comes out. Tag me in it. Let me know. Also, do you do any cooking?
Oh yeah, I cook a lot. I do a lot of cooking. I'm from the South, so I'm from a little small town in Florida. It's called Jasper, Florida. Hamilton County is where I-10 and I-75 meet. But I do a lot of soul food cooking. My family loves my cooking. I love my cooking, so that's why it's hard for me to keep my weight down.
Yes, I know that. I love to cook too. I love it.
I love to cook, and so when all the children are gone, which the only one that's left at home now is my daughter, Kayla, is home from school in Boston because, of course, her school is closed and she's having to take classes online. But she's the only one home now. And my other son left yesterday. So, and my other son is in Seattle. So it's like, when nobody's here, I don't cook that often. And so, I get criticized sometimes by my husband.
I love it. Oh, man.
Maybe we should pick something up on your way home.
Yes.
So, but I do love to cook, especially for my children. I take pride in that. They'll send me, like, if they're coming home to visit or whatever, they'll send me a whole menu for like a week. Like, these are the things I want to eat, Mom. So I make sure that I do it. So they're spoiled. They're all spoiled. They're really good kids, and we've always required them to behave. And, of course, they were disciplined. Not harshly, but they're military kids, so hey, you had to be a certain way. But they're all wonderful kids. They're all doing great things. I'm very proud of them. They are my number one accomplishment. They're my greatest accomplishment. Those 3 kids, because to be able to raise them many times without my husband, because he was either deployed or away, and to actually have a military family, because that's how a lot of us military families, we were able to survive that way, because we had a support system. I've always had a support system of close friends that would help. I may have to have somebody at practice over here, somebody at practice over here, and we would all step in to help each other. So, but those children, it's a great accomplishment just to get them all graduated from high school.
Yes.
That's hard for some people these days.
Yes.
It's really hard, but I'm just so blessed to be able to have all 3 of them in college and doing well and not getting into trouble. That's just a blessing in itself.
Yeah, that's really that. I keep thriving. My daughter's going to graduate from high school next year, and I keep saying, she was like me. She was a go-getter. Like, soon as she was allowed to work, she started working. and then like she's in a vocational school, so she's getting a trade in school.
Oh, good.
Yes, and she's still working. Like she is still working. All she cares is money, money, money. And I'm so happy and blessed that she keeps on going. And all I kept saying, all I care about is school. I just want you to get that high school diploma, and then whatever you want. If you don't want to go to college, I'm not gonna force them. The high school is what I force.
That's your requirement.
Yes.
That's your requirement. And that's what I told them. Hey, you don't have to go to college, but go to a trade or something. There's plenty of people that have a trade that are more successful than people that actually go to college.
Facts.
So, but my thing is, I need you to do something. I just need you to have some type of aspirations in life to do something, because if you don't, and you're sitting around doing nothing, you're wasting your life, and you're more prone to find something negative to do.
Yes.
So, college is not made for everybody. Like, because when I graduated from high school, I was not ready to go to college.
Right.
Now, I had a supportive family that was ready to send me to college right away. I didn't have to pay for anything, but I wasn't ready to go. But I decided later on in life that in order for me to get to where I wanted to go as far as my work career, that I needed that college. So I did go back, and I did go back. I got a bachelor's of science in business management. I got 2 master's degrees.
Wow.
So you see what I'm saying? So those are things a lot of people don't understand that, they're like, okay, well, you got all this. Well, why would you not want to stay in your business career field? Well, that's not where my heart is, okay?
Yes.
That's not where my heart is. So,
That's what my daughter's doing. She's doing.
It's not made for everybody. It is not.
No, and especially nowadays. I mean, I got a 9-year-old son, and to go on every day, they're doing this on school line. But to see how they're terrified and hear, like, I'd be in the background when they log in every morning, and my son's 9, and I hear all these stories from these kids, and you can see they're terrified what's going on with this world. We never had to deal with that. They're dealing with something new, we get frustrated, we're trying to help them and stuff. But, I mean, this morning, one girl, her whole family has this disease, except for her and her little sister. And so she's taking care of her little sister. And think about it. She's 9. She got like a 2 or 3-year-old. And she's like the mother of that baby. And it's devastating because, I mean, I wish I could go over there and help. You know what I mean? I know I can't. But just hearing what these young kids are going through. And I'm like, damn, I hope they don't get messed up in the head down the road of this generation that is so young. You know what I'm saying? We're all worried about going out to the club and going to get messed up or have a good time. And it's like, no, we should be worried about this generation that is young, because they don't know what's going on. They really don't understand it because their brain's still developing about life. And, you want them, you don't want to see them decline, for the learning either. Especially this generation, they're not getting the education they were, and it's hard, I understand they're trying to, give them education on the computer every day, but when we were growing up, we didn't have computers. We had books. And this would be the opportunity to get rid of these computers and give them back to books. It really would. And it's sad because, they talk about this 5G and 6G thing. When we were growing up, I didn't have no cell phone. And I know you didn't because, you just told me. So I remember when beepers first came out. I remember when the cell phones first came out, the big things, the cable. Right. We didn't even have cable. We had black and white TVs when I was growing up. And it's like, wow, only like what we've been through. But imagine they're seeing all this stuff about this disease attacking and killing people. And now they're learning about 5G, 6Gs at 9 years old. Come on, like, it's like we got to be. This is the time the government should have turned around and brought the books back. And, they're worried about getting the tablets to the kids. You should have just brought the books back at this time, It's...
The books would have been $15, $20 a piece, opposed to paying for the tablets which are $500. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? But they don't think about that anymore.
Yeah.
They don't think about it.
Yes. And I feel like, they should have really considered all these kids that are growing up and that, they got the computers, but a lot of them didn't have the computers. And for a crisis that kicked in like this, that should have been like, okay, let's bring the hard books back, and what's crazy? Kimberly, I went, when you go to the pediatrician, they ask you, what's your time screen on the kids, I know your kids are older, but my 9-year-old, they go for the physical, and they say, okay, so limit to 2 hours on screen time. I'm like, limit. They're in school the whole 7 hours on the screen time. And they couldn't believe it. I had to tell the pediatrician office because no other parent told them about what's going on in school. And that's sad. A whole pediatrician office, and this office is big. And not one mother told them or father told them that they're on the screen time for 7 hours a day. Never. And that's crazy because, they're worried about us parents, but are you really checking what's going on in the world with the school system? So,
Another thing that's funny because my youngest, it's even hard for them to like do a signature because they don't write in cursive anymore.
I know.
I was like, what is this?
Yes, it's sad. It's so true. I'm going through that with my 9-year-old son. I'm teaching him cursive while he's home now. And they don't do it at school. I'm like, what do you mean?
They don't.
And I'm like, that's sad.
They have digital signatures now. So,
yes.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. And that's messed up because
they're going to be printing their name instead of
signing their name. And that's crazy because, when we were growing up, we learned that at early age, and I hope, the parents are taking the time to teach the kids now about signature because they're going to need it down the road. One day the bright colors are in, the next day it's dull colors. And it's like they're going to need that for a job, and it's like, it's sad. I hope the parents are taking the opportunity and teaching them just because what they're learning. I'll be like, no, we got to learn more. That's what I teach my son. I'm like, we got to learn more. It's never enough. And, I was bringing this up to Victor the other day. When I was growing up, we had CCD, we had Bible studies. They don't force that anymore. They, every day on Sunday and Mondays and Tuesdays, you had something to do with church. And it didn't mean you go to church, but Bible studies, you were at someone's house, someone's mother's house, sitting with the Bible with all the kids, and you were learning about God. They don't do that anymore, and it's sad. So, I thank you for coming on the Iccy Show, and I thank you. It was a great interview, and I'm blessed to have met you, and I hope to work with you more.
Well, thank you. And see, we needed to do a lot of catching up. You see how long we talked, so we did a lot of catching up.
Facts. Oh, yeah, it's already 2:30. Dang. It went by fast. I'm sorry.
No worries. I'm good. But thank you so much for having me on the show. For anyone that's out there, if you want to reach me on social media, on Twitter or Instagram, is that I am Kim Newsome, and of course on Facebook, Kimberly Newsome.
Definitely. One more time. Say it one more time, Kimberly.
If you want to reach me on Twitter or Instagram, it's that I am Kim Newsome.
Okay.
And if it's Facebook, it's Kimberly Newsome.
So go request her, support her. She got a book coming out, hopefully by the end of this year. And if you would like to book her as an actress or to have her on one of your projects, what you have going on in the acting, reach out to her. This lady is working. She's willing to work. She's a strong woman. And go for it. And I hope to see that music. I really do in my heart. I really do, Kim.
Thank you, Jackie.
All right. All right. And if anyone that's listening that does makeup, she did mention about having her own makeup line. So I know some females on my line that they do have their own makeup line. So that's why I was trying to find out what you needed to go that route. So hopefully one of them are watching and they'll reach out to you. And I hope to see your eyeshadow out there. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Kim, thank you very much for coming on the Iccy Show, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. And stay blessed and healthy out there.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.